Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from Skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2021 ski test videos. Today we're talking about the brand new Atomic Backland 100. Essentially, Atomic took the performance and the success of the Backland 107 and reapplied the construction and the shape to this 100. So a little bit more versatile waist width here at 100 underfoot, but a lot of similarities to the 107. First of all, it's very lightweight. So just having this in my hands, it's super, super light. You know, I'd feel pretty confident throwing it up against the ceiling, although I'm not going to do that because it's got sharp edges. So super, super light. And how does Atomic achieve that? They use an ultra power wood core, so not adding much weight. Wood cores are generally pretty light. And then they use their carbon backbone. So both of those materials are pretty light, and they're able to give the ski quite impressive performance without adding a ton of extra weight. Now shape is pretty similar to the 107 as well, with, you know, probably the subtle differences that you would expect going from 107 to 100. So a little bit less tip rocker in the 100 compared to the 107, a little bit less tail rocker, but it's both still there. And then we also get kind of some smooth early taper, but it's more extended side cut in this 100 if you were to put it right up next to the 107 and compare them side by side. Now, performance of the ski, we also get Horizon Tech. Horizon Tech's important, so we get that kind of boat hull shape up there in the tip. Hopefully that worked. Yeah, you get boat hull shaped tips, basically just more displacement, so you get more float in the tip. So even though it's only 100 underfoot, your tips are gonna stay up on top of the snow even when things get pretty darn deep. So performance of the ski is really, really cool. It's definitely light enough. You know, Backlands are in the Atomic Touring collection, so it's definitely light enough to use as a backcountry touring ski. You know, throw an Atomic shift binding on here and you've got a super versatile setup that you could use as a touring ski and also use in the resort. And that resort performance is really impressive to me. So the first time I skied this, I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew the 107 had some good stability to it, you know, just because I had skied it before. But picking this thing up, you know, you wouldn't necessarily expect it to have a ton of stability, but it is. It's a pretty darn stable ski, especially considering the weight. And I've talked about this with the 107 before, but a lot of that is coming from the camber height. It's pretty snappy camber, and that ultra power wood core and the carbon, you know, they all act together to actually give it a fairly substantial flex, especially right underfoot. So even though it's light, holds an edge well, it's stable at speed, but what was really fun for me on this ski is you can manipulate it into different turn shapes really easily. So you have enough rocker in the tips and tails that you can get it to pivot, you can release the edge and get it, you know, smearing and skidding really easily. But it'll also just make some like clean round carves if you want it to do that too. So yeah, just a really, really fun ski. You know, I think it's a fantastic choice, like I said, to put a shift binding on here, but I wouldn't discourage anybody from putting just an alpine binding on this and just having fun on it in an alpine environment in the resort. You know, that was my first experience on this ski, is it had a demo binding on it, a demo alpine binding, and I just skied it down a groomed resort run, jumping off the sides of the trail every once in a while to kind of test off-piste conditions too. And it was really, really fun in that application. And I know if I had fun doing that, I think a lot of other skiers would have fun out there doing that as well. And I also think it's cool because it's light enough that it's not going to be exceptionally fatiguing for, you know, maybe an intermediate level skier. I think at least you should be an athletic intermediate skier if you're going to get on this ski. But it's not going to beat you up by any means. It's not going to tire you out. It's not overly fatiguing, which I think is great and I think is really valuable in a ski like this. So that's the Backland 100 from Atomic. Really cool ski. I think it's a very valuable addition to their line. I wanted to compare it to the Ben Chetler 100 for a moment. A lot of people are choosing that Ben Chetler 100 for good reason. I would say if you're looking at that Ben Chetler 100 as an all-mountain ski and you don't need a twin tip, you should take a look at the Backland 100 too and just kind of compare and contrast the two, because you might find that you like this ski too, and then you're in a kind of, you know, which one would be better for me. So head on over to Ski Essentials if you want to read more about it. Feel free to leave us a question or a comment. We're happy to talk more about this ski, given it being a brand new ski. Keep your eyes out for a full-length review of this ski too. I'd love to do a longer video chatting more in depth about its performance, so keep an eye out for that, and we will see you guys out there on the slopes.